Alex Lapitsky.
Thank you very much. Okay, well, quite a few of you know me, but very few of you know that I actually had run an ethnic theater from 2005 till about 2008. Well, to give the credit where it's due, it was in fact myself and two close friends of mine. Three of us collectively were the driving force beside that theater. Basically, we were what Steve and Rick are behind the current Toastmasters in some respects. We were like the organizing, and everybody else, I'm sorry, everybody else too, whoever participates. So back in 2005, we just decided it would be so much fun to create something new, to engage people from the community, to do something fun, and to explore our creative and cultural selves. So three of us got together and we decided to put a 6-minute play for elderly people. And at the same time, I knew a person who was in charge of Salvation Army's Russian club, and that's why she was kind enough to arrange space for us. So we gave the first speech, we gave our first play. It was a great success, at least. People loved it, we felt terrific, we were energized. We felt so great, we decided we're going to go further and we're going to make a much more sizable play. And that's exactly what we did. So for about 2 to 3 months, we were rehearsing this large play called Fedot the Soldier, A Tale of Brave Fellow. I mean, it's a translation from Russian, but basically it's a kind of a folksy play in poetry. The whole play from beginning to end is in poetry. And slowly we grew, so we started with about 3 people, but in a few months it was about 16 people, with 3 people obviously the driving force. And after initial enthusiasm kind of dampened away, things started to go a little bit rougher. All of us still felt we want to do it, we need to do it, but we did not have enough skills. We were all amateurs. So at this point, one of our players brought our first director. The first director was a very experienced lady, extremely experienced, a little bit too experienced. She was 92 years old. And let me show you something. When she walked in, here, the stage is over there, and this is the lady. She walks in. And then she goes to the stage. Now we will work. I mean, obviously she didn't have that voice, but she beat us for about 5 hours non-stop. She was the lioness. She was the queen. That's exactly who she was. As a matter of fact, I mean, obviously, she couldn't take no for an answer, and she wouldn't let us speak for a second. That's why we got rid of her immediately. But afterwards, she played a Medea. That's a Greek tragedy, and she played it for 3 hours by herself. Oh, wow. So that didn't work out. Next director. After a little while, we found a different woman. She was younger, she was way more energetic, she had great ideas, but she also had something going on in her personal life. How do I know that? The play, which has nothing to do with sexual connotations, she felt like putting sexual innuendos in every second. I mean, basically there are 2 characters over there who are like genies. They pop up and they make wishes happen. For whatever reason, she wanted the actors identify those characters as male testicles. And then there was also another like a relationship between a man and a woman, and there was not much sexual. I mean, he lives and everything, but she wanted her to enchant him. She wanted to almost perform a kind of a striptease dance. I mean, yeah. Anyway, we got rid of her after 2 performances. I mean, she obviously had something going on. And now going to the third director, and that's the one who actually produced the play. This guy, he had a lot of talents, and I gotta give him credit. He gave us a lot of skills. He helped us to learn a lot of things. I mean, he was very knowledgeable, but again, the directors are such a kind of people who do not take no for an answer. And after about 4 to 5 months of rehearsals, I mean, we were all part-time, that's why, you know, it took us a very long time to rehearse. He felt that we are not appreciating him enough. I don't know, guys, if that ever... I mean, if anyone is a theater folk, they know how it is. I mean, the directors are one of the worst kind of strong-minded people you can possibly find. So, this guy, his name is Semyon Tabachnikov, and he still directs, by the way. After 4 or 5 months, he gave us an ultimatum. Either you guys take it seriously, or I walk out. And we were like, please walk out. And he was like, I started the review and I'm going to finish the review. And he did, in fact, finish it with us. And you know, to give credit where it's due, he had a lot of fun. And we learned a lot. And despite all the friction, I think both of us benefited. So, to kind of conclude the stories about these 3 directors, I want to tell the lessons that I've learned from that. And number 1 is that the occasion has to match the person. Like, these directors, all of them were great in some respects, but perhaps not for our play. In our play, we needed somebody who was, you know, less, you know, overbearing in some respects. And the second thing is, in my opinion, there was no losers. Everybody won. So that's my story. Thank you.
Please, judges, take the time to fill out the